Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I'm here for Sangatsu no Lion Season 2, Episode 10, or Episode 32 if you're going all of them together, which mine are for some reason. Really annoying. Whatever. Episode 10. Last time on Sangatsu, the last episode of Sangatsu was a perfect trademark Sangatsu blend of heartwarming and heartbreaking, with Rey continuing on to beat his opponent in the rookie tournament thing, and then going after Hina, who is alone on her school trip and being ostracized and marginalized and left out exactly as Rey thought she would be. And so he goes and he finds her, and she is where she always goes when she needs to cry, and she's by the river. And it feels so so many feels. So he met up with her, got her some stomach medicine, which is nice. Shimada sort of indirectly helping. Really cool. I have no idea where we go from here. I don't know if we do a little time skip and we just skip over this, like, the rest of this trip and stuff and end up back to sort of status quo, or if we continue from where we left off. I don't know. Let's find out. I've got the episode up. It's at 0 seconds. There will be multiple versions of this video as usual. Picture-in-picture versions with the video up there are available in the description down there. And the timer-based version will be on YouTube with a beep-beep timer, which will go boop, 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 beep. And on the beep and the green light, that's the same frame that Sangatsu starts playing on my screen. So if you're playing along on your screen, that's probably when you want to hit the button. Beep-beep timer goes here. Got my tea. This is tea. Oh, forgot about that. I've got a comfy mat to stand on. It's nice. I just didn't have it out. Silver feathers. Whoa. More focus on Nikaido? The importance of hard work, huh? Where's my pencil? That's the correct one. Actually, I don't know where my pencil is. Got another one. Keeps getting more and more vague. More maybe. Wishful thinking. So he's got this whole other life that he works on. Hmm. We're all focused on the superficial. He's more serious than that. Much more serious. I love his voice actor. That'll shut him up. Small talk. As a foil to whom? Racing pigeons? See ya, nerds. Fuck you, Ike. I'm gonna get some new friends. Why don't you tell him that? I love this. I love this complete pivot to focus on a character that's already been defeated. Ah. Doing things that give back. Fuck. Now he's the one underwater. Silver feathers. Now I feel feels for a man and his pigeon. On his own journey, huh? Just like Rey. The terrifying sea. And he jumps in. But now, feels like he's stuck. Back to if you believe. Is that Rey and Nikaido? As they jump in. Maybe. Back in. Again and again. But you were desperate to win. Knows exactly what you're doing. Inspired by your enemy. Nikaido in the hospital. Who brought those flowers? Was it him? It was him. Wrapped in newspaper? Silver? This is so good. Oh my god. And river scenery, so that must be Rey and Hina. Oh my goodness. No, he's really here. Oh, this song. Yo. Sweet shop as promised. Any toppings? What timestamp? Okay. Everything, everything. One of everything. I bet they can. Something simple? Mm. Never been going for the cheapest thing. Yeah, y'all full and sugar crashing. Yeah, that's the worst feeling. I don't think so. I think this is your fault. Yeah, I think it's your fault for ordering the pile. The planets. Hmm. Yeah. No. Me neither. Oh. Why are we stopping? Yeah, let's go. Hmm. 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 Yes. Well done, Ray. Nah. Ray without glasses? Oh. Hmm. I brought you pudding. Yeah. Oh, you brought a lot of stuff. Oh. Peach jelly Momo. I'm stalking you. Indeed. Hmm. You did this to you, girl. Oh man. Mm. Ooh. Damn you, Kiriyama. All right, who is Iwaki Hitoshi? I don't know you. Hitoshi Iwaki. Oh, wrote Parasite. Mal. Did the story for one of the Blackjacks. Case Hit You Parasite. Neo Devilman. Okay. And a bunch of other things that I haven't heard of. Okay. Cool. Neato. This episode. Knockout. Where do I even start? Let's start at the beginning. Episode is split into two parts as they often or usually are. And I think that the section on, I think his name is Jun-K, the opponent who Rey has just defeated in the Rookie King tournament, is one of my favorite like sections. I guess chapters. It's one of my favorite chapters. Let's talk about what we've got here. So the first thing is like when this backstory occurs. It occurs after this character has already lost to Rey, and he lost to Rey without us knowing almost anything about the guy. He was just an opponent for Rey to defeat, and now that he's been defeated, we get this lens into his life, this understanding into who he is and what he thinks about. And it's fantastic. It kind of reminds me of the shogi battle with Shimada, because Shimada similarly was like Rey wasn't taking him super seriously, and then lost, and then we got the depth on Shimada as things progressed further. But in this case, I don't know if Jun-K, if this guy's going to be a recurring character. He doesn't necessarily need to be, but he could be. And he, like, as a character, this section provides us with so many interesting things. It provides us with a character with different perspective on like shogi and life and the meaning of all this stuff combined. But it also shows us a different character's perspective on our main cast, on Rey and Nikaido, and shows us somebody who looks up to them in a sort of a weird and rivalish way, and sort of a one-sided rivalry. He looks up to them because they can keep diving in, they can keep going for it in a way that he wasn't able to, and they've sort of reawakened that in him. Something I always love is when a protagonist's resolve is something, it ends up rubbing off on a rival or somebody who they fight, and causing them to reaffirm their own aspirations, their own desires. And I think that's what just happened with Jun-K. He was stuck in a rut, unable to climb, and felt like every time we get this new metaphor. Again, there's the water, and there's the tension and pressure, but in this case he's diving down to find answers, to find solutions to shogi problems, to find ways of playing that allow him to go further and further. And he's realized that this unwillingness to dive in, it reminds me so much of some of the stuff in season 1, and especially of the section where Rey is talking about his journey, like continuing to press forward, to push forward, to move forward, to go, to jump into the ocean and swim forward through the storm, no matter what, keep going and not being willing to rest on an island. I think it's really important to revisit that idea and to do it from a different perspective. The perspective that Jun-K presents is really fascinating. And our introduction to that perspective is him talking about this sort of idiom, this platitude almost, I would say, and musing about it. And while this is happening, we're also being exposed to his normal everyday life where he's taking care of pigeons, and he's got this there's this sense of care and meticulousness in his actions, as he's going and like filling a watering thing. And I wasn't sure that it was pigeons at first. It could have been anything really. It could have been like taking care of a farm or anything, but in this case it's pigeons. He's got this very careful, contemplative, like almost meditative state, this feeling about him. And over those visuals he's presenting to us, and the voice actor is fantastic. I actually kind of want to look up who that is, so bear with me because I'm going to look up who that is. Three Gatsu no Lion, second season. And your name is, I think, Jun-K. Jun-K Yamazaki. And it is Hiroki Yasumoto who plays... Do I recognize you from anywhere? Gosh, that's a lot of supporting members. A lot of supporting cast. He's been in a ton of things, but not characters that I know the voice of. Aw. It's Germany and Hitalia. Huh. Yeah, I don't really see him. Oh, he's Yuri in Megalobox. Okay. He had a really, really great voice. Oh, he's Subaru in Shokugeki. Okay, I've heard that recently. That's neat. And he's Tiffany in Original Sword Art Online. Okay, well, this is fruitless, and I'm just wasting time, so let's ignore that. I love the voice actor, but even more than that, I love the script because of the specific content of what he's musing about. He's musing about this platitude: if you believe, your dreams will come true. And he's right. As he expands the platitude out and expands it out to add the details of like what really makes this statement true, I think he's right on the money. And I like it. I like it. I like the way he wonders about this thing, because it's right and it's interesting. It's not that if you believe, your dreams will come true. It's that if you believe and work hard, they'll come true. But then he goes a step further. If you believe and work hard, there's a chance. There's a maybe. It's not a guarantee. What is guaranteed is if you don't work for your dreams, they'll just remain dreams. But if you do work for them, there is at least a chance that they might come true. And so he takes this blanket statement and he refines it down until it's more accurate, if less inspiring. It's less punchy. And then he muses, why did somebody cut this phrase down to these components to make this platitude that sort of gives false dreams and false hopes to people? This idea that if you just believe and clap your hands, then it'll come true. Why would it be cut down like that? And the answer is, of course, because it's punchy, because it sounds good, because it feels good to say that, and it feels good to believe that, even if it's not completely correct. I think that's so cool. If you believe, your dream will come true. And then how does he iterate through it? However, there's something missing. If you believe and keep working hard, your dream will come true. And all of this is backed by Nikaido, who works as hard or harder than anyone else we've met in the story, and yet his dreams haven't come true. He falls in this match. But I could go on. I could go on forever nitpicking. If you believe and work hard at it every day, for an hour longer than all of your rivals, there's a good chance that your dream will come true to some extent. Further and further away from this blanket, yes, we did it, to this more qualified, less impactful, maybe a good chance to some extent. If the shorter version works better as a catchphrase, exactly. But I think that's too abridged, right? Sounds like you don't have to do anything other than just believe and your dream will come true. But I know that's not the case. This is interesting. Everyone else at the table is getting drunk. We've got the glow and big cups of yellow. He's drinking what looks like a Coke, and he's not drunk. There's so much like thought put into this character. Who is he and what does he care about? He cares about his pigeons and he cares about shogi, but he also cares about meaning and purpose and truth. And he cares about direction and effort and work put in to make things happen. I think that's exemplified when he talks about how with shogi, the more you put into it, the more you get back. And with pigeons, it's the same way. The more you throw into it, the more love and care you give the animals, the more results that you see. There's something important about that. Important about the way that this guy goes through his life. I think it's really good. I think it's really good. He's not the kind of person who really cares what other people think of him. Like we're put into this bar scene where they're all asking surface level questions of him, but they don't really care. It's like small talk. It's worthless conversation. And what's most fascinating about this to me is that he just stands up and leaves. He doesn't put up with it. He doesn't just go along with it. He cares more about the answers to his questions and the specific things that he's chosen to dedicate himself to than about these people and what they think of him. I think that's important. And of course, the sequence where he, in his own head, berates them for all of this is fantastic. That's what I'd like to say. They didn't really want to know about it. He says, I'm just here as a foil, but to whom, to what? He's in his own world. Shogi and pigeons, you're such a nerd. Fuck off. I have to go take care of the pigeons. And then once he's gone, they admire him. They see something in him. And it's the same thing that I see in him. It's this, like, damn, he just puts his mind to it and does it. He doesn't care what we think. It's really intense aura. Yeah, he's super charismatic. He's got this slight smile as he takes care of the pigeons. The more effort, the more love and care, the more response you get. But now he feels, then we transition smoothly into him feeling like he's in a rut. Like the shogi board is sinking away from him, slipping through my fingers. Not only did I lose that shogi match, but my favorite racer, Silver, disappeared after the race. 500-kilometer race, that's nuts. It's kind of interesting that he's named it Gin, he's named it Silver, because there is a shogi piece, there's the Silver General. So, I don't know what that means, but it's surely intentional. He's kind of blending his two passions. Like, how do you make me feel deeply for a freaking pigeon? For a freaking pigeon, a racing pigeon owned by a guy who, until this episode, was not really a character. Now he's a character. Now he's got immense depth. He's fascinating. And I feel for him and his pigeon. A man and his bird. I really do. Okay, and then we transition into this sequence, which is almost identical to the sequence of Rey trudging up the mountain, although Rey's sequence was a little bit more stylized. He's making the same kind of trek and the same kind of decision to jump into the sea, but he sort of falls. He's got this terror on his face, and he sort of just lets himself fall into the sea. It's not like urgent or moving forward. He's just letting it happen. He dives in deeper and deeper. And this is a bracket, right? It must be. Deeper and deeper. Once upon a time, the more I dove, the more solutions I would get, but now it feels empty. I feel like I can't make any progress. And then he looks up the side of the hill. And there they are. Plunging back in. All for it. All forward. Go. Whether they find something or not, they go back. Whether they gain something immediately or not, they go back. They're insane, certainly. But that's kind of the answer to the question he was musing about at the beginning. It's not just working hard, it's giving up everything. It's pushing yourself every time. It's coming back empty-handed and getting back up there on the mountain and diving back in. And to an extent, this shames him. He feels left behind, terror winning out over him. I wanted to win no matter what, but now I knew that his will was much stronger than mine. That he was someone who would go much further than me, but I wanted to cling to that title. And so I did what I did. We come into this kind of disdainful of Jun-K because of the way he played this match with Nikaido. We don't know all of the details. But coming in, we knew that he had done this fourfold repetition, and we'd overheard people talking. Rey had overheard people talking about it as being strategic, using Nikaido's health against him. And so we could have a pretty poor opinion of Jun-K coming in. But as we see what he's dealing with and what he wants and what drives him, it makes sense. It all clicks. It's fantastic. That smile from Nikaido and the little nod. Okay, I see what you're doing. Let's fight. And then he falls. And this look on his face. Not one of triumph. Definitely not one of triumph. One of... shame, maybe? And he silently leaves the flowers there, wrapped up in newspaper. And returns to his work. And there are the flowers, so they're fresh picked from his place. And then salvation flies back. Silver. It's beautiful. I'm going to do my best tomorrow. And that was the match with Rey, and we've already seen it. To build up a side character so much after the battle has already been lost. It's not building up to the fight. It's not creating this tension of like, oh, who will win? They both have, the way that Hajime no Ippo does. They both have great reasons for fighting. It's just like, it's all about, each of them. You want both of them to win, kind of, but you want Ippo to win more. No, the fight has already happened. And now we understand why it happened the way it happened and what was going through the opponent's head. That's really fascinating. I really like it. Then the second half of the episode turns our attention to, after the match, to Rey and Hina. Because for Rey, after the match, he hardly thinks about it. He's entirely focused on Hina and what she's going through. He's entirely outside of himself. Until she brings it up. And it's really cute. It's the second half of this episode is really cute. It's got two major sections. Rey and Hina being together and then going to the sweet shop. Also, so I wrote down the timestamp for this particular cut. Look at the change made to his eyes. They're completely different, and it gives him a completely different look and a completely different feel. And I don't know. It just fits. It just fits this scene. Mochiron. Any toppings we want. And then we go into full cute and goofiness. And they order way too much food. Momo is gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. Way too much food. Women are terrifying. Super large, extra large plates. It's all your fault for getting salty and sweet things at the same time. How could you? And then Momo has to pee, so we rush home. And Hina seems to... There's no mention of the bullying in this episode. Just the joy at having Rey appear when she needed him. And the joy of going to the sweet shop as he promised. And that's awesome. He just showed up. He found me. Rey without glasses, Hina with glasses. They hang out, and he's thought this through so far. All these snacks. He's just worried about her health. And then she asks about the match. Also, this line here. It's chopped up. Okay, there we go. I was on a riverbank in a strange town, and then it's chopped. We cut back to Hina talking to the fam, And the medicine was really effective. And then we chop back to was enough to make me feel like I was by the river back home. I really like this. I don't know why, and I can't really explain it, but the way that this line ends up paced, because there's this little interlude, gives it, yeah. How'd your match go? I won. So you're the Rookie King? Yep, I guess so. Home is where the Rey is. God, that's so cute. This was a really good episode. This was a really good episode. As I said, I love Jun-K. And the second half was ultra, mega, super duper cute. So, what more can I ask for? This was good stuff. All right, I'm going to wrap it up because I'm running out of things to talk about. So, I've been Teeaboo. This has been Sangatsu. Oh, shill stuff. If you like this, go ahead and do so. If you want to sub and you're not, maybe do that. And if you are subbed and you're not getting my videos, maybe the bell can help you. If you really like this content or want next week's Sangatsu a week early, you can head over to patreon.com/Teeaboo to obtain that and other goodies. So check that out if you want to. And finally, I've been Teeaboo. This has been Sangatsu. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week in the next one. Peace.